Hey, good Thursday morning, everybody. It's Brian and Roxanne at Primitive Strength, and we've got a little tip for you this Thursday. After the TSC, the last thing you do is a lot of snatches, and when people tend to get tired in the snatch, they revert to using their arms more in the snatch than focusing on the hip drive. And I saw a lot of arm pulls, trying to get that bell up, and you want to try to avoid that and use your hip drive and your legs as long as possible, as much as you can through that snatch. And even that reverts back to single arm swings and single arm deadlifts. So what I'm going to have Roxanne do is demonstrate some safe but bad snatches pulling with her arm first, and then I'm going to show you some regressions to take to step back so you can feel that connection between the shoulder and the torso, where you almost lose your arm and just turn it into part of the torso and it all becomes one piece. So that's what she's going to demonstrate first, is some snatches the wrong way using her arm, and you'll notice that when she comes out of the hinge, she's going to pull more with her arm than letting her hips drive. So she's going to demonstrate about 3-4 reps of that real quick. So if you'll notice, she's pulling a lot with her arm, and she's starting to pull before she finishes with her hips. You want to try to avoid that at all costs. So what I would do first with someone that keeps on using their arms is I'm going to take them back to a single arm deadlift. So the deadlift stand right on top of the bell. She's got good deadlift technique, we will already assume that. But when I get her down into that position, into the deadlift position, we're going to take and square the shoulders up and make sure that this is packed. And lock the shoulder in, feel the lat engage, and then go ahead and pick the bell up. You want to ask the student, make sure that they can feel the shoulder being packed and turning into part of their torso as one piece, and have them do 3 to 5 reps of that. Just make sure that their shoulders are staying squared up to the floor and to the wall. Okay, making sure that you can, if you can come over, ask them if it's okay if you touch them. Make sure that you can feel their lat staying engaged and that their shoulder is back and even with the chest. When they get comfortable with that, you're going to go back and do some single hand swings again. And what I like to tell my students is pretend either that you've got magnets to opposing magnets on the arm, that when you come together with the torso, they lock together here. And they do not disconnect until you finish the hip extension, and it sort of blows the arm away and disconnects it from the body. You can either do magnets or Velcro. When you come down, you're stuck together with the Velcro here. The arm does not disconnect from the body until the hips go into full extension. Okay, so I'm going to have Roxanne show some single hand swings with that technique. So you'll notice that she's not pulling with her arm, she's just letting her arm float. It connects to her body in one piece, and then it disconnects. Okay? After they feel comfortable with that, then you can go ahead and move to the snatch. You want to make sure that when they come away from the body, that they're not pulling with the arm into that snatch until they go into full extension. Remember, a snatch is nothing but a fancy swing that ends up overhead. So you've got to get your single arm swings down tight first, okay? She's going to show us some examples of some good snatches, leaving the arm connected to the torso until her hips go into full extension into that snatch. You want to breathe right when the hips go into extension. Pretend that you're using your breath to blow that bell away from your hips. Even when you're getting tired, you need to think hip drive, hip drive, hip drive. Leave that lat engaged, leave the torso connected to the body, and use your legs and your hips for the snatch, okay? If y'all need any clarification on that, you can message me. I hope that helps somebody out there today, and that's just a little tip for you. Get your swings down solid first before you snatch, okay? It's single hand swings before the clean or before the snatch. Once you get that foundation solid, then everything else will fall into place. Hope that helps. Y'all have a great day.